So my name for the camera is Yvonne Fisher. I live in Ithaca, and I like to draw, and I have an art show up at the Cherry Arts Theater right now. It's a group show, which is great. And I am a psychotherapist, and I like to write, and I have performed some solo shows, and I've been part of filming projects with you, Sue, and with others at times. And I used to do theater when I could still memorize words, but now I can't. And so it's wonderful to find other ways of being creative and expressive, and I love it. It feels to me, right now at this point in time, and it seems very clear, and it's no surprise, that the powers that be in the Republicans, the rich white men, the right-wing Congress, are really at declaring a war on women, on queer, gay, trans people, on people of color, and of course indigenous people forever. But now you can really see the newer ways that our rights are being taken away, that in egregious, horrendous ways where we can't even have control over our own bodies, our own health care. And it's just like, it's an outrage, it's authoritarianism, it's fascism. And we need to sound the alarm. It just feels like it's beyond, it feels like the earlier, not that early, stages of Nazi Germany. So my activism started when I was very young because it was easy to recognize these elements that were growing in society. And now with, I don't know, guns and people getting shot every day and mass murders and corruption, I feel the outrage and I feel the fierceness. And often I feel overwhelmed by it and just helpless in some ways, and yet we need to keep fighting and keep going on. But the other important part of it, which is one of the reasons I got involved with this project, is because we also need to celebrate who we are. And that's what this project seems to be so much about. Who we are, how we live and love, and what kind of community we have, and the interconnectedness, and the diversity, and the acceptance, and the dancing, and the joy of it. Because that is real too, and that exists. And in the drawing that I did, I wanted to sort of present that and feel that, and that somehow when I draw with my art, it comes out very joyful and with bold colors, and it's interesting because I don't feel like I'm that joyful a person really, although I have my moments, but my art is very optimistic and joyful, and thank goodness I have that. It's my meditation, it's my expression of hope, and it feels really good. And it's so good to be a part of this project that is so expansive and covers so many different areas, because the interconnectedness and community part of it is like just essential and so lovely and important. As soon as I walked into the room, you, Sue, and Caryl just were so welcoming and so happy to see us, and the room was set up so beautifully, and there were all these wonderful creative tools that we could use, and there was such a feeling of we can do anything, we can create anything, we can make happen what we want. And then the way the women connected with each other was so tender and lovely. We would just, respect each other's privacy, but walk over and look and say, "Oh my God," and say what we liked and what was interesting, and influence each other, which was so great. And there were snacks. It was just wonderful. The whole experience was just so delightful. I feel like it should be an ongoing thing in some ways, like a salon or something. That would be really, really great. We got to really, talk about what we were doing and what it meant to us. And we got to be quiet and just create, too. And creating alone within a group is such a great thing. I don't usually do that. And it was really special. I really enjoyed the whole thing. That combination of art and fierce political activism is just an invaluable, wonderful combination. I was focusing on gay rights and queer rights, and that can be manifested in so many different ways, but I like the idea of women together, being strong, holding hands, and just standing up together, looking fierce and proud and wild. And I'm very drawn to that. I have a lot of drawings of women with, tattoos and spiky hair and all colors of the rainbow, and and that feels like it's fun, it's joyful, and it's fierce, and it's because our differences and our diversity is such a part of who we are as women, as queer people, as all kinds of LGBTQ, all of it, that, we embrace it all. And we stand up for each other. If I could really give advice, I would say, get out in the streets. That's what we did when we were young. Have sit-ins, have die-ins, go into the Congress's offices and don't leave. Let them carry you out. Let them know, because they're not even letting us have democracy where we vote for something. They're overriding that. They're disrespecting that. So, we have to be out in the streets. And of course there's danger, and there was back then, but now it feels in some ways scarier because it is. But somehow I believe we need like a general strike. We need people to engage in deeply in their lives and throughout their lives, and and at the same time be creative with it and do things that are fun. We would have these meetings that were pure democracy, where people could suggest anything at all and they would be written down, like give out candy to everyone, anything, everything. But just to really engage and make it a part of our lives as much as anything else, because we need that commitment. We need it now. We need to feel urgent. And, I keep thinking of this quote by Greta Thunberg, who is so phenomenal. And she said, "I don't want you to be hopeful. I want you to panic." Because we are at that point, whether it's environmentally or whether it's about losing our democracy, losing our rights, we need to really get serious about it and playful about it. And that's my advice.